can fly.
Reselicious here. I'm gonna talk about my game plan for the Nike Friends and Family sale, which is this weekend. So I mentioned on Instagram that I am trying to increase the size of my store for shoes. So during that whole Nike debacle, when I was going back and editing all of my shoe listings, I realized I only had about 150, 160 pairs of shoes that were Nike in my store. And back in January, my goal was to get to 200 shoes. And I actually took the time to count individually, realized I was short on my goal. So if I had actually met my 200 goal, my sales would be a lot higher. And not only do I want to meet that goal, but I want to exceed it. I want to add 200 shoes to my store by the end of May. And I set kind of ambitious goals sometimes, which I meet eventually. I don't know if it's doable by then, but this weekend is gonna be a big chance for me to boost my inventory. So yeah, I'm gonna go over my game plan. So the Friends and Family sale, I think pretty much everyone knows this, but it's a sale that they do quarterly at Nike, and everything is 30% off in the entire store. So what I'm gonna be doing on top of that discount is buying discounted gift cards online to use at Nike. One of the sites is like Raise.com, which I've actually used for years for personal use, but I never used it for business use because I always had that hesitation. Okay, what if I spend $100 but I only find, you know, 70 or, you know, $50, you know, what if I don't spend the whole card basically? I didn't want to throw money at gift cards and then not use them for a long period of time. But now I'm very confident that I'm going to be able to spend that money, if not this weekend, then the next weekend. But if you're like a beginner, you're not sure if you're gonna be able to find anything. When I was checking out last time, this guy was talking about the cards and he was saying a lot of people buy them when they're in line on their phone, when they realize how much it's gonna cost. So you could also do that, just sign up, register for an account, and buy it in line if you want to. But pretty much last week, they were 9% off at like Raise.com. So you can also go through a cashback portal. I'm a shop.com member and I use that sometimes. So you can get an extra like 1% cash back doing that. And then I use my PayPal card to buy through the gift card site, and I get 1% for every PayPal purchase back. So you can save an extra 10% on top of the 30% by doing that. That's what I'm going to do when I hit the outlets. So I should probably buy the cards now because I bet a lot of people are going to be buying these cards and they're probably going to be at their lowest discount rate, not like the best discount. They're probably gonna, because the demand is so high, the rates probably aren't gonna be as good as it gets into Friends and Family. So I need to go buy some. Oh yeah, the next thing I need to do, I need to go through all of my receipts from Nike from this past weekend today, fill them out, because on every receipt from Nike, you get a $5 off coupon on the bottom of the receipt if you do a survey. So that's my financial strategy. So the next part is the, I guess, logistics of it. So I'm gonna be bringing 2 people with me to help, 2 like young guys who I'm gonna pay to come and help me. Like, I think they're getting out of school soon, so they want they could use some summer cash and I could use some help. Last weekend I was at Nike and I got 16 pairs of shoes, and at Nike, they give you these black mesh bags that you can carry around that fit a max of 3 to 4 shoes in a bag. So I was carrying around 5 bags loaded with shoes, and you know, as you source and acquire more, you just have a bigger load of bags to carry around, and you're trying to like source in the aisle. And you know, here I am crouching on the floor, sourcing, and I have like 3 bags here and 2 here, and people are walking by, and I'm trying to, you know, pull the bags out of people's way and just stay out of everyone's way. I'm trying to walk through like these crowded aisles with these bags, and it just doesn't work really well. It's really frustrating. It makes you feel really conspicuous and awkward if you're me. So I'm bringing help to carry my bags and maybe like go into a corner, watch it in the store so nobody takes that inventory, stuff like that. So that's one strategy I'm going to use. When am I going? The sale starts Thursday. It goes through the weekend, and I think possibly through Monday. I don't remember the exact dates. I'm not gonna be able to go till Saturday because I work full time and I work till 6 p.m. The stores close about 10 p.m. But by the time I get to where the outlets are, it takes about 45 minutes to an hour. So I was thinking about going and scoping out things, but then I realized it doesn't really make sense to scope out because likely by the time I get back there, that inventory is gonna be gone. The good stuff moves really fast. So if you're planning on like making notes, you should probably be there first thing in the morning the next day if you're not gonna buy right away. And there's really no point in scoping. If you see a deal like that, just go ahead and buy it, in my opinion. Okay, the next part of the plan. So there's factory stores and clearance stores. I've always bought from clearance stores in the past, pretty much. I go to factory stores. I think I've bought maybe like apparel from the factory store, but I don't think I've ever purchased shoes from the factory store because there's only a couple of viable deals at the factory stores in the aisles for shoes. And I find the back wall selection is never really to my liking. So I will be trying to purchase from the factory store this time for the reason that the factory store has in the aisles full-size runs of every shoe. So if you see a good shoe in the aisle, every aisle as you walk down has about, I don't know, roughly like 10 shoes on each side of the aisle, and each shoe has a full-size run, so there's multiples of each size as well. So there's tons of size 8s, you know, there's 5 size 8s, 5 size 10s, 5 size 5s. But at the clearance store, it's like all the back wall. And the store is organized by size. So this aisle is size 6, this aisle is size 7, this aisle is size 8. So if you find a shoe in the first aisle, it's a size 6, you have to go to every other aisle and see if you can locate the shoe in an additional size. And frequently, it's not available in additional size. At the clearance store, you're really buying kind of one-off uniques, and you might find, you know, 2 or 3 of that shoe. But if it's a really good find, you're probably not gonna find as many. So it's a little trickier and you have to kind of go look through every aisle. But I find the best deals at the clearance store. I like the clearance store a lot. That's where I generally shop, so I'll definitely be going there. Not sure which store I'm going to first. Probably the factory store is smartest to go to first because that's where all of the bulk buyers go, the Amazon sellers go, the most people go there because the shoes are brand new with the box and box lid, perfect condition. The clearance store, sometimes they look a little bit dirty, they're not factory laced, they might even look a little bit worn, they have no box lids, the box might be falling apart. So the best inventory is at the factory store, even though it's a little bit pricier. So I want to get there as early as I can, scope it out. If I don't see anything, just head straight to clearance. So also on Saturday, when I get out there, I'm probably gonna hit at least 3 stores and at least 1 Converse store. That's kind of the plan. I have help with me and I'm kind of concerned about them getting fatigued from shopping all day. I hope that I can keep them in good spirits and that they don't get too fatigued so that I can get all the sourcing done I need to while they're with me. And then if I want to go back, you know, Sunday or Monday, you know, hopefully I can handle myself and be able to carry whatever load I get by myself without too much struggle. Finally, like the last thing I would say, yeah, sourcing wise, December 2016 was my first friends and family sale that I went to, and then I went to the February one. The friends and family sale was the first time in December that I had purchased from the Nike outlet, because I'd gone previously, or at least the first time I purchased shoes, but previously I'd never been able to find anything profitable. I was looking at everything that I thought were good shoes to buy, and I was like, well, yeah, I could maybe make 10 bucks, but why would I want to spend $35 to make 10 bucks? You know, I couldn't find like these profits I heard people talking about where they're talking about, oh yeah, I like to make $50 a shoe at the outlet and this and that. Or I would look for soccer cleats that were, you know, super discounted, that were like super high-end soccer cleats, and you don't really see that. I mean, at most the discount, they're usually $100. Even with 30% off, they're like $70, and they're usually age to where on eBay they're not selling for anywhere close to retail. So it's really hard to, you know, if you're going in with the mindset, I'm gonna look for the high-end soccer cleats and get 30% off and get a great deal, it's really unlikely that that's gonna happen. That you're gonna find some, you know, cheap deal where you're gonna find them for like 30, 40 bucks. It's just very rare and very unlikely thing. So you need to think outside of that box of, you know, what you hear sells well or what you know sells well, and just look for new items, unique, that you've never looked up before. So I've been going to the outlet since December, and I kind of know now what, I've bought things, I've tested them, I've sold them, and at the clearance store especially, these things like pop up regularly. So I'm able to find those things repeatedly, you know, in weeks later. So I'm gonna be looking for stuff that I've purchased before that I know sells well. If I see that item in a different colorway or some kind of different iteration or a slightly newer model, I'm gonna be drawn to that stuff and be looking at it. Stuff that I've looked up countless times that has proven to not have any value, I'm going to be ignoring. So I have that kind of advantage. So it does take some looking up things at Nike to really get the hang of it. It can be a little overwhelming at first, but yes, good luck if you're going to be sourcing. And if you didn't get your friends and family coupon in your app, which I never have for whatever reason, if you ask them at the counter, they're probably going to give you the discount. That's worked for me every single time in the past. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it too much, but if you're just gonna buy, you know, 5, 10 shoes, I don't think they really care. But just the tip, make sure you ask for the discount. Don't not go to the store because you don't have that coupon. So yeah, anyway, that is pretty much my plan, my game plan for friends and family sale. Good luck to everyone who is going, and I'll see you in the next video.